and I feel better than I've ever felt in my life. And I am so thankful that the Lord has brought me to this place. And I absolutely love this farm. And there have been people to help us in many, many ways. And we just see the Lord working in so many ways that we are here on this property. But there is just so much to do. And I digress, I'm sorry. There is so much to do. But there is so much has been accomplished. And I didn't record it like I should have. And I wish I had now. I'm thankful for my kids for encouraging me to start this YouTube channel so that they could help with their homesickness and that so that their friends could kind of see how we live. It's given me an outlet that I didn't know I was capable of, you know. I took a job for almost a full year, and it was a part-time job. I was gone about 7 hours a day, and it didn't work out, and it turned out for a good reason. You know, the Lord works everything for good to those who love Him and are called according to His purposes. And He showed me that this year. And I found a value in myself, not to be boastful, that I didn't have before. You know, I'm 44 years old, and it's sad that it took me so long to find a value in myself. We've changed our diet some, and that has helped my health immensely, and has helped Gary's health and Hannah's health. And so I just feel amazing. I feel better than I felt in my entire life, and I'm 44 years old. I'm able to work more than I did physically before, and I'm just so thankful to the Lord. I wish I had believed people when I was younger. I've always dealt with hypoglycemia almost all of my life and had a major sugar addiction because of that. If you have hypoglycemia, diabetes, or insulin resistance, you crave sugar like nobody's business, and it's a vicious cycle. The more sugar you intake, the more sugar you crave. And so I'm not completely free of that vice, but I feel amazing. Even though you know, Gary's lost like 35, 40 pounds, and Hannah's lost 60, 65 pounds. And here I am sitting, and I've lost like 10 pounds. And the only difference I can tell is like I feel amazing, and I wish I had done it years and years and years ago. And I feel better than I've ever felt in my life. And I am so thankful that the Lord has brought me to this place. And I absolutely love this farm. And my dream is to be able to mentor folks and to teach others the skills that I know, that I now find value in. Growing up, it was just what was done. You know, there were people that just did that. And having that value of what you do and seeing that what you do actually has value and not feeling so overwhelmed. You know, there are days when I could just lay in bed because I could feel so overwhelmed by everything that I need to accomplish. But that doesn't get me anywhere except for feeling worse. So getting up every day, getting Sweetie out to where she can have her pasture and get her spot to eat, getting out in my garden. There's something so healing and so amazing about being in a garden and working in nature. Just seeing the amazing creation that God has made for us. You know, He created the perfect environment for us to live in. And I just cannot thank my husband enough for providing in the way that he does so that I can stay home. Working away from home and living the lifestyle that we have did not work. And so when my job didn't work out and I resigned, I was upset because I loved my job. I loved doing what I was doing. But for everything there's a season, and I really feel like I was struggling at home. I know I was trying to accomplish everything I needed to accomplish, and I wasn't able to pick up the slack for Gary. Gary works as a pastor, and he works construction. He's a contractor, and so my job has always been to like pick up the slack. I've always worked a little part-time job here and there, off and on throughout the years. And the few times that I've worked full-time has really been a struggle, and really a struggle everywhere, on our relationship, on our family. And I found myself to where Gary was having to pick up the slack for me. And I didn't think about it. It didn't occur to me. I just thought, oh, this is what we need to do at this time. Until after I resigned from my position. And yes, I only had my job for a year, but still, that year is a year I can't get back. I do not begrudge the time I spent at that job at all. I learned a lot. I was able to be impacted by other people and impact other people's lives, and I really do miss some aspects of that job, but it just was not the right job for me and the right time. I pushed my will. I did what I thought I needed to do and did not trust in the Lord with all my heart and lean on His understanding. And I did not acknowledge Him in all my ways. And but I still feel like God honored that, and I learned lessons in that. And I just come back here and I have a new outlook on my life. I have a new outlook on the job that God has given me. I have found a new purpose, even though it's the same purpose. It's like it's been refreshed, and that I finally find value in it. I've always felt like I've had to justify being a stay-at-home mom and raising a large garden and living as much of a self-sustaining lifestyle as I could. And unfortunately, our enemy loves to put doubt in our mind. He loves to even twist what other people say to us to where we misunderstand what's being said. And then there are those in our lives that will never understand. They think I don't do anything because I don't have a job. And so they, and that's okay. It's okay. All I have to worry about is answering to the Lord and then answering to my husband. And so I have had a great time this year in the garden and in the yard, even though it's overwhelming and the rains have made everything grow like crazy and I have so much to do. But I've set my mind that my focus this year is going to be raising food and preserving that food. And then the yard and the rocks and all the cleanup that needs to be done, it'll come. It's still here. It's going to be here. So I'm going to work at what I can work at. I'm going to upkeep what I have accomplished and what Gary and I have accomplished. I'm going to work on the gardens, getting them in good shape and providing as much food and preserving that food as I can for the winter. We've started things that are going to help provide meat for us in the long run. Like we have the quail, and they are providing a tremendous amount of eggs and food. So we butchered some quail. We ate some quail last night. It was amazing. We have the pigs for the first time in the summertime here in Kansas. In Wyoming, we did raise pigs in the summertime, but we had cooler weather. So we have, and they were show pigs for Luke when he was in 4-H. So, we have some goals here. We're just getting established. I think we can get overwhelmed with ourselves at times to think, oh, we are 44 and 43 years old. Yes, I'm older than Gary. But only by 9 months. But yeah, I'm his old lady. He loves that. But anyway, so we've got some things established. We have a milk goat, so we can provide our own milk because we drink a lot of milk. And cow's milk has started to give me problems again. I had difficulty with it as a child, and I'm starting to have difficulty again. I am not having that difficulty with Sweetie. It tends to be fresh milk that I have the most difficulty with, or not necessarily fresh milk, but milk out of the jug that I get at the store because I don't have access to fresh cow's milk. but Sweetie is providing milk for us. Right now we're getting a quart a day. After we get back from our big trip, I am going to sell the little Billy, and so I'll be milking her twice a day, and hopefully we'll get half a gallon of milk a day. And I would like to make cheese, and I would like to try to make butter, but my understanding is I'm going to have a cream separator for the goat's milk since it's naturally homogenized. But we're going to see. We're going to see what we can do and what we can accomplish and provide for ourselves. Cindy, my friend that did chores for me last week when we were gone to camp, or a couple weeks ago when we were gone to camp, I was visiting her yesterday, and she made some amazing goat cheese out of the goat's milk that she got from Sweetie when they did chores for us. And it was amazing. It was so good. It was better than what Gary had bought at Aldi and what I had drank. And the goat's milk from when we had goats before. Sweetie's milk is just totally different. We've learned so many things about the care of our goat, what we feed our goat, how we clean the goat itself, and what we milk into. We probably were milking into something that we shouldn't have been milking into back in years past, but that's been so long ago, 15 to 17 years ago. I'm not quite sure. I know it was somewhere around the time of Hannah's birth, but I'm not sure how far. But anyway, so there was lots of things we needed to learn and handling that milk, and maybe even having a different breed of goat. Not sure, but like I said, I am enjoying this. I am loving my life right now. I'm focused on the positive things of the blessings that God has given us, and really striving to work towards the focus of the positive and not the negative. And I'm loving my life, and I'm loving the blessings of this life. And I hope that you guys get a blessing from me sharing my life with you guys. I'm going to try not to just show only the good things. You know, we do have some bad things, like we bought a dozen turkeys, large-breasted turkeys, that we were going to raise up for Thanksgiving, and they didn't make it, you know, and that's just how life goes. We have put in over almost 200 quail eggs to be incubated, and their hatch rate isn't real high right now, and then their survival rate isn't real high. They're very delicate as chicks. But you know what? We're enjoying it. We're doing the best we can. We're taking care of those chicks. I have a hen that I'm going to have to show you that is sitting on, that has gone broody, and so we put some eggs underneath her. And so if she hatches out in a couple weeks and we'll have some chicks, I'm really excited about that. It's been a long time since we've had a broody hen, and you just have a better feel of an old farmy thing to have a broody hen with chicks. You know, I remember as a child, Granny's chickens raising out chicks, and I don't know, it just makes me think of my granny, and how proud she would be of me. But anyway, I've got a whole lot more work to get going. I've got to run some errands in town. So I hope you enjoyed my morning. I gave you what I'd done for a couple hours this morning, and maybe we'll get you going and show you some more another day. Thanks a lot, you guys. Have a blessed day.